Alright, we are doing this.
We were always doing this.
This is a story about two co-workers, one paper plane competition, and the surprisingly real, surprisingly interesting science hiding inside a fold of paper. Welcome to the paper plane competition. Now it's starting and the loser owes a lunch. Arav stands up, holds up his paper plane. It's a basic dart. Looks confident, maybe too confident. Arav goes back. His form? It's questionable. He's holding the plane near the back. Rookie mistake, but we don't know that yet. He throws hard, very hard. The plane shoots forward, then immediately nosedives into the carpet. It travels maybe 2 feet, a sad, tragic 2 feet.
That was a warm-up.
We agreed on one throw. You are done.
The air conditioning affected it.
Don't cry, it's my turn now.
Priya holds her plane near the nose. That's the heavy end. It's up! It's holding! It's going! It's going!
Okay, so let's talk about how this worked. This thing is just paper, one sheet about 5 grams, but it just bet the other through. And the reason it won has nothing to do with luck. It has to do with 4 invisible forces. And once you see them, once you actually understand what's happening when a paper plane flies, you will never look at a blank paper the same way again. So let's dive in. If you wonder what is the difference between those two planes, it all comes down to the 4 forces that's acting on it. Every flying thing like an airplane, a bird, a paper plane, my dreams on a Monday morning, everything deals with the same 4 forces. Force 1, thrust. Thrust is a reaction force described by Newton's third law. When a system expels or accelerates mass in one direction, the accelerated mass will cause a force of equal magnitude but opposite direction to be applied to that system. In simple terms, thrust is basically the push forward. For a real airplane, that's the engine. For a paper plane, that's your arm. Your throw, and that's it. Your bicep is the entire engine, which honestly is kind of cool and also means Arav's problem was partly just not throwing well. Force 2, weight. It's basically the gravity which is pulling the plane down the whole time. Like the entire flight, gravity is there going like, hey, come back down here. Yes, you come down. So, basically, more weight equals more pull towards the floor. This is why you don't make your plane out of a cardboard box. Force 3, lift. And this is a good one. Lift is an upward mechanical force generated by the interaction of a solid body with a moving fluid. It acts perpendicular to the direction of motion, allowing aircraft, birds, and parachutes to overcome gravity. Okay, to understand this better, let's do a quick test. Stick your hand outside a car window, palm facing down. Your hand rises, and that's lift. The wing is designed so air moves faster over the top than the bottom. Lower pressure on the top and higher pressure below. But wait, paper plane wings are basically flat, not curved like a real plane wing. So how does lift work? It works because of the angle. The wing is tilted slightly upward, so when air hits the underside of the wing, it gets deflected downward. And by Newton's third law, the wing gets pushed up. For every action, there's equal and opposite reaction. You push air down, air pushes you up. Force 4, drag. Drag is a mechanical force that opposes an object's motion through the air, acting parallel to the airflow. And this is the enemy of distance. It is basically air saying, I don't want you coming through me. Imagine trying to walk through a swimming pool. That resistance, that's drag. Now imagine trying to walk through air doing the same thing. Air is thinner than water, so you barely notice. But a paper plane notices, because it's moving fast and it only has your arm throw as its engine. A wide, flat, crumpled plane hits air like a wall. Enormous drag. It slows down instantly, and that's why Arav's plane kept dying. Too much surface area, too much resistance. But this, the sharp pointy nose cuts through air like a knife. Minimal drag and it stays. It stays fast, it stays in the air. It goes far. Okay, now let's talk the math. Wait, I promise you this is not a scary math. This is... Why didn't anyone explain this in school kind of math? Math 1. The angle of attack. The angle of attack is the angle between the wing and the air coming at it. This is the dial you're adjusting every time you bend the back of a wing either up or down. But wait, if it's too much angle, the plane gets too much lift at first, rises up and then stalls and then falls. Straight up, then flip and then crash. Too little angle, not enough lift. The plane nosedives. The sweet spot for a paper plane, about 5 to 6 degrees. Which sounds tiny, and it is tiny. It's basically the angle of a very gentle slope, almost flat. But that tiny tilt is the difference between a plane that flies and a very expensive piece of trash. Math 2. The 45-degree throw. For maximum distance, throw at 45 degrees above horizontal. And this is actually projectile motion math from physics class. Turns out your teacher was not lying when they said you would use it someday. When you throw something at 45 degrees, you split the throwing force equally between going up and going forward. It's the mathematically optimal angle. Higher than 45, you waste energy going up instead of going forward. Lower than 45, you do not get enough height to let gravity help you glide. And it's not magic, it's just pure math. Math 3. Center of gravity. Every object has a point where its weight balances. On a paper plane, the point needs to sit slightly in front of where the wings generate lift. Nose slightly heavier than the tail. Too tail heavy, nose tips up, stall and crash. Arrow's throw basically. The layered folds at the front of the dart, that's weight on purpose and not decoration. It's engineering. What if I said this lazy hack of adding paperclip on the nose of the paper plane, it can make your flight better? But wait, why one paperclip on the nose fixes a stalling plane? Because it moves the center of gravity forward. 1, not 2. 2 and it dives. One paperclip, this is a lazy fix that genuinely works. How to fold it? This plane I'm about to teach you, it's called Suzanne, named after its designer's wife, which is either the most romantic thing in aviation history or just a really sweet way to win an argument about what to name a paper airplane. Either way, Suzanne holds the world record for the longest paper plane flight ever, which is 88 meters. That's the length of almost 3 basketball courts. One sheet of paper, one throw. And here's the part that I love. No special paper, no fancy techniques, just regular office printer paper and a set of very specific, very intentional folds. The designer, John Collins, known as the paper airplane guy, says it himself. Regular 8.5 by 11 20-pound paper, whatever is in your office printer right now, that's the world record material. Classic Dart, 6 folds. I'll tell you what each one actually does because once you know that, you'll never mess it up. Fold 1. Take the top right of the paper and fold it to the left side. Align it as precise as possible and fold it. This crease is your guide for everything else. Wonky crease means one wing ends up bigger than the other. Now open it back and do the same for the other side also. Fold 2. Open it back and from here take the top right of the paper again and align it to the crease and fold. Now do the same to the left side. Align it with the crease and fold. Check them against each other. Fold 3. Now take the top part and fold it down. Make sure you align the creases to the folding. Then you can nail the center here. Fold 4. Now fold both left and right parts to the center. If you folded it the right way, this is going to be quite easy. This sharp thing you get on the top is going to cut the hair like knife and reduce the drag drastically. Now fold the bottom part that you see. This helps to hold the front part in place, reducing the drag. Fold 5. Now let's turn the paper to the opposite side and fold it half like exactly even on both the sides. See how thick it is now? All those layers, that's the weight we talked about. Right. Fold in half, sharp nose, slim profile cuts through air. Fold 6. Now let's fold the wings down. Make sure you fold it in the way it hides this triangle we see here in the bottom part. This broader wing gives you much better help in generating more lift. Now make the wing slightly upward like a V shape. That V is called dihedral. If the plane tilts mid-flight, the lower wing catches more air and rights itself automatically. Fold 7. Bend the trailing edge of each wing up very slightly like 2 millimeters both sides with your fingers. This is your angle of attack. This tiny fold is the difference between gliding and nose diving. Do not skip it. I am serious. It looks like nothing and it is a big thing. Alright, quick tips. These actually work. But if you're still here, you may be interested in watching where math and science explain beyond textbook way. So drop a like and follow Podium channel. It helps us to make more videos like these. Okay, now let's get back to the tips. Tip number 1. Crease with your fingernail, not just your thumb. Sharp creases means less air slipping through gaps. Sloppy folds, turbulence, drag. Fingernail it. Tip number 2. Don't throw as hard as you can. I know, counterintuitive, but throwing too hard warps the wings. Slightly less than max force, smooth release, and the plane goes further. Test it, you will see. Tip number 3. Check symmetry before every throw. Look down to the nose of the plane. Wings equal? Good. One side drooping? Fix it. This takes 3 seconds and saves you 10 feet. Tip number 4. Add weight to the nose if it keeps stalling. Paperclip at the nose. 1, not 5. That's too heavy. Now it dives. 1 paperclip. This is the lazy person's center of gravity. Fix and it genuinely works. Tip number 5. Fly with the wind, not into it. This is so obvious people forget it. Wind behind you adds to your throw speed. Wind in your face subtracts. Outside competition, find the wind. Use it. Tip number 6. The trailing edge bend is not optional. That tiny 2 mm bend on the back of the wings, do it. It's the difference between a plane that dives and a plane that glides. I might seem dramatic, but I'm also right. So you folded a piece of paper in like 2 minutes and now it's doing the same physics as a $400 million commercial planes. The 4 forces are identical. The math is the same. The only difference is scale, materials, and whether your engine is a Rolls-Royce turbofan or a guy named Arav. Let's remember the Wright brothers. The bicycle mechanics understood this. They didn't have any fancy computers. All they had was paper, pencils, and a small wind tunnel they built themselves, and an obsessive willingness to test things over and over. The first powered airplane in 1903 flew for 12 seconds and about 120 feet, which is same as good as paper plane. And less than 70 years later, we put people on the moon, all from the same 4 forces: lift, thrust, drag, and gravity. Your paper plane is not a toy. It's a proof of concept for all of human flight. Also, Arav still owes Priya lunch, and that part isn't metaphorical. Alright, so before you go, grab a piece of paper right now, fold the dart, test the tips, throw it. Then bend the trailing edge and throw it again. You'll feel the difference. And if you want to go deeper, there's a whole world here. Wing aspect ratios, Reynolds numbers, dihedral geometry. The world record paper plane flew about 88 meters, and that's almost the length of a football field. One sheet of paper, one throw, and one very patient person who understood exactly what we just talked about. So next time you're bored in a meeting and someone hands you a piece of paper, you definitely know what to do.